Hey guys, it's Linda Winter. Thanks for joining me. Today I want to tell you about my Christmas in July. I am doing 3 weeks, myself and Martelli Enterprises and Winter Designs for Sewing and Quilting. I'm Winter Designs. We are doing 3 weeks of Christmas in July. I am, Winter Designs, doing 3 weeks of giveaways. So I want to tell you about some projects. This week we're doing critters and kiddos, so dogs and cats, babies and kids. I'm going to probably break this video down into 2 videos because I have a lot to share with you, not only in the giveaway but also some projects to get you excited about making Christmas in July gifts for people that love their dogs, love their cats, maybe more than kids, and people that have babies. Now you grandmothers, you aunts, you uncles that are sewing for those grandkids, or your nephews or nieces, these are baby things that I'll be showing you in another video. Girl and boy projects in another video. Today, right now, we're doing dogs and cats. So I want to tell you about the giveaway first, just so that you know what the rules are. I'm going to have them posted below the description. That'll tell you how to enter. It's also available on my Facebook page. If you go to Facebook, if you do Facebook, you're going to search in the search box. You're going to search for Winter Designs for Sewing and Quilting. It's winter opposite of loser, not winter opposite of spring. Winter Designs for Sewing and Quilting, or if you want to go right in your address, you can type in Linda Winter Designs. So that's my Facebook. If you do Facebook, then terrific, go there because that gives you another entry into the giveaway. So I have all the information on Facebook, but again, I'll have it posted below too. My giveaway this week is going to be dog, cat, Christmas, stocking, stuff related. So you're going to, whoever the winner is, I'll pick one name from all the people that add comments on my Facebook page, the post that this video was tied to, or the post that the video that I did this morning was tied to, and then this video and the video that I do for the kiddos, the babies and the kids. I'll take all those names and I'll pull one name, and then next Wednesday, so that is July 22nd, I'll be announcing during my Facebook Live saying, so-and-so won my giveaway. Please contact me and you will get to tell me which gifts you want. I'm going to be giving away one stocking template. I have a bunch of stocking templates. I'm going to be giving away one tool. I've got some really great gadgets. I'm going to be giving away one pair of our tweezers. We have 3 tweezers that are amazing. And then I'm going to be giving away one of the other templates that I show between this video and my kiddos video. So there's a bunch of templates that are really great. If you know about me and you know about Martelli, then you know about the no slip material. We're talking sewing and quilting here. This stuff here, it grabs your fabric. I have some junky fabric here, so I'm going to show you how to cut, but you see how that stuff, it grabs. There's 4 layers. So whatever it is that I'm doing when I go to cut and cut and cut, it grabs. If you've used sewing templates before, quilting templates, they're acrylic. I can see my fabric, but I see, oh, I got to get on my tiptoes and hope that doesn't move on me, and sure enough, it does. This is a box bag, and I'm going to start with that in just a minute. So again, the person that wins is going to get to pick from a bunch of goodies. So if you're the winner, I'll be saying call me because I need to know what you want, and I also need to know your mailing address. That is for this one. Today is July, I don't even know what the date is. You'll see the post, but whatever today is, because this was supposed to be yesterday. So this video, I'm drawing the one person next Wednesday. Read below for the instructions. My YouTube, Linda Videos, that's where you are right now if you've seen me. I have 170 plus videos. So a lot of the stuff you're seeing today, I'll say, I show you more in the video. So don't worry about learning everything here. What I want to show you though is dogs and cats projects. So one of the first projects that I like to do for dogs and cats is bandanas. Now cats, kind of tough to wear a bandana, but dogs, everybody does bandanas for dogs. Even if it is not for Christmas, you make a bunch of bandanas to give them for Christmas. We're talking Christmas in July here, so you've got between now and December to start sewing and sewing and sewing and sewing so that you can have Christmas gifts made. Or you say, I don't care whether I'm doing Christmas or not, I'm going to be sewing throughout the year with the projects and the ideas that I share for you. So this guy right here, this template, if I go to cut, you can see I'm going to go ahead and grab, and I've got just barely, maybe enough fabric here. So I'm going to cut. When I hold the template, again, it grabs. I cut and I turn my template and I turn my template, and you won't have all this other stuff out in front of you, but you get the idea. I want to cut this one last piece. That's where the fold is. That's where I'm not sure if I had enough fabric. But this guy here, I did 4. You can cut 8 at a time. If you sew these together, you make a box. This is a large box. That came from the large box bag template. You can see on the bottom, when I turn it, you're going to see the secret. I'll show you this later on. But that's not sewn together because I came up with an afterthought on that. I want to point you to the bandanas. The bandanas are a whole lot of fun. You can do just what I did here, and if I wanted to make a bandana, this fabric is like 50 years old. You can tell I like to use junky fabric when I'm learning how to do something or practicing. We would do right sides together and we would sew, and then you could fold this down, fold this down, fold this down. Look how much extra fabric there is, but I could stitch that down. That's one way to do it. Or what you could do before you cut is square off. So we're going to take the template cut, and then that part right there would end up being however much you want to have left over. Let me pull over this so you can see what I mean. Do you see how much fabric I have here? So basically I would be giving myself right about like that for this template, because that's going to give me that. When I cut that, that allows me to stitch my 2 sides together. I only need 2 pieces here. And this one, when I sewed this here, before I sewed any of this, I folded this over. You'll give that a good crease. Let me grab one of Philip's stilettos. Remember when I said I have cool tools? This is one of those cool tools. Do you see how great this is for me to crease? Now I'd put that under me instead of way out here because I can't even really see what it is I'm doing. But while I would stitch that down, I do that over here, I do that to these guys here, and when I sew them right sides together, this gives me this right here. And then this is where the collar will go inside there. That's one way to make a doggy bandana. Another way to make the doggy bandana, this one came from the large. This is my large box bag. So another way to do that is, again, we're going to fold down, and we would not have all this extra fabric, but this basically I would sew right sides together and we would fold that down. That would be a finished edge. So imagine that being much shorter. This, where I fold it down, if it's a big collar, I'm going to fold it down here when I put that in. So you get the idea. Hopefully that'll make sense. What I like about this is for a bigger dog, but if you have a cricket, if you have a silhouette, if you have any way to iron on, you can iron on little sayings. Felice naughty dog, fleas, nobby dog, nobby daws, whatever it is that you want. Here's another one, bad to the bone. Doesn't have to be Christmas related. So you make doggy bandanas out of these guys here. Lisa from Martelli, Lisa and I did on Tuesday a bunch of other dog, cat, babies, and kids projects, and she showed bandanas like this. What I like about this is this color that you have here can be whatever. It can be Valentine's Day, but it can just be an everyday thing. You can iron on. Thank you, Amanda, for making this. You can iron on, I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus, or Felice Nobby Dog, or whatever it is. On top of these, it doesn't scream Christmas, but the idea of the doggy bandana. And again, the collar goes inside of here. So bandanas are always a good thing. My sister's always saying, you know, well, my dogs don't like to wear bandanas, but could you make one that has Santa, I've been bad, or whatever it is. So you can take requests. You can also use the same template or a square, fold in half, whatever it is, and add the collar here, and this becomes on the back of their neck a nice little kind of 3D thing. Now I want to grab, I want to grab this again, because years ago I did a project with these, and this could go right inside of here and go right inside of here. Imagine this doesn't have Felice Nobby Dog on here, but this becomes a little bandana that those little the little reindeer antlers are there. So it's a cute way to embellish. You don't always have to sew with fabric. You can use felt, which is a fabric, but stuff it, make it 3D, and add those jingle bells. So the box bag template, that's a flag, that's a bandana. You can make flags, welcome to our home, welcome baby, whatever it is, but you can also make boxes out of this. This box, I love to do themes. My family does themes. We're big into themes. If you've got a new dog in the family, give them a box full of all kinds of goodies. This one, what I did was stuffed it full of just a bunch of stuff for somebody that's a new dog owner. But when I made this, I didn't have a stabilizer in here that really was stiff. I used a stabilizer. There's fusible fleece. There's all kinds of fun things that you can use. But if I really want it to be stiff, I cut this in because I figured out this. You guys, the back to school sales are going to be starting soon. Go find not only these, but the ones that are open here that have that little pocket for their paperwork here and their paperwork over here. You may even have some. But what I like about this being stiff is that you wouldn't stick it in here. This was an afterthought. I made this thing years ago. You would stick it right inside of here as you fold this down and stitch. These things inside of here give you a lot more stability than cardboard, than other things. And this, if this does get wet, no big deal. I'm not going to get mold and mildew and stuff inside of there. But the idea of making a box that you can say Merry Christmas or welcome the new puppy to your home, you can show up at the doorstep with this, when it's safe to show up at the doorstep these days. So the box bag, that's a huge bag. If you watch the kiddos one, I'll show you a box that's made from the regular size one. I have this Fussy cut frame that I just want to show you. This fabric is not great to show you because I don't have one big something. A big angel, a big dog, a big whatever saying. But imagine if I did. Do you see how I can turn this and I figure out what it is that I want? If that's what I want, and there are lots of videos that show fussy cut frames. If that's what I want, I place this right inside here. And when I go to lift, that's going to be removed and then I can cut. This lets me see whether I've got enough fabric underneath and also place something exactly where it is that I want to go. All right, so my giveaway, if you're the winner of the giveaway, you could say, I want the box bag. I want the large box bag. I want the fussy cut frame. So you get to pick one of these. You don't get to pick, I do sell this as a bundle. You don't get to pick the bundle because I'm giving you a bunch of stuff, the one person. But this, if you decide you want to buy it, the box bag bundle, I think is on sale, and I have a coupon code too. I have this that I printed out, and I forgot to print out my coupon code. This is a coupon code. If you decide you want to buy anything from my website, winnerdesigns.com, make sure you use the coupon code. It's going to give you a 19% discount. So if you like this, but you're not the winner and you want to get those, then you're welcome to get my box bag bundle. All right, I want to talk stockings because Christmas means stockings to pretty much everybody. If you're a dog owner, you probably already have stockings for your dogs, but you maybe want to make a new one. So Martelli makes this huge stocking. This can be used for kids, for adults, for dogs, for whoever. This stocking makes this size. I'm going to flip this over. If y'all know the 3 stitchettes, one of them made this for me out of the Tula pink fabric. I featured this fabric in my face mask video that I did earlier this spring, and it went nuts. This fabric is hard to find, so don't even ask me where to get it because it's not available unless you're paying big, big bucks. And you can do that, but you know, just dream about this. Or I may have some left over if you want to buy one of my face masks. I still have a few. But this is huge. So this stocking, if you're going to make for dogs and you want to stuff it with a bunch of goodies, then out of flannel, out of polar fleece, out of minky. But I want you to think straight of grain or cross grain. If I want a long, thin stocking, I don't. If you want a long, thin stocking, then the way the fabric stretches would stretch that away. If you want a stocking that lets you stuff a whole bunch of stuff in, cross grain, here's the fold of the fabric, here's the selvage of the fabric, it's going that way. I place my template down this way. Why? I want it to stretch this way. If my fabric is going this way and I put that stocking on, it's going to stretch and it'll be long and thin. If cross grain and straighter grain doesn't make sense to you, there's lots of videos out there. Just think about when you're placing your stocking templates, which way, and really placing any of your templates, which way you want it to stretch. But especially the stockings because they stretch so much. By the way, the polka dots, if you decide you want to do a stocking for somebody, the polka dots is a perfect fabric that doesn't have to scream Christmas. And remember, stockings don't have to be for Christmas anyway. So the stocking template, this is huge. Now, if that's a template that you really love and you're my winner, you could pick that one. The next template for stockings that Martelli made was this elf stocking. The elf stocking turns into this. If you're making a stocking for dogs and cats and you want to stuff it, this one doesn't hold a lot of stuff. But if you're stuffing a couple goodies in there and you're stuffing a check or a gift card to one of the stores, then this would be a good one to do. This one comes with our circle templates. It's somewhere, one of these guys. This little guy, when you fold your fabric, and you fold, I knew I had a piece somewhere, we fold our fabric, and we fold our fabric again. You place this on there, and what it lets you do is cut a perfect circle. Why is this here? If you want to do a monogram. So this would be great if you wanted to stitch out a picture of your dog that you printed out. This circle comes with that template too. This is the elf template. I like the idea of doing a little jingle bell. You can do jingle bells up here too. So this one is a fun one, but it's not really screaming dogs or cats. So this one that we have screams dogs or cats. This is big. This is our paw template. Now, I said earlier today, dogs, cats, monkeys, cheetahs, whatever kind of animal, because you can do paw prints with this. This comes with our paw print. This guy here and this guy here. I'll talk more about that in a second. So that comes with that. You notice here, I don't know what these are called. This is the pad and then this is the whatever, but 4 of these. So you'll trace this out. Again, we'll talk about that in a second. But this is what this makes. And you can see this is a long stocking Minky Shannon fabric. Any of those that feel really, really nice. You can decide if you want to line it or not. If you're going to stuff this full, then the bigger the better. But what I like to do is cut my fabric off. Instead of having all of this here, square off your fabric, and when you put the template, you're basically going to have this much fabric. So when you place that down, you're having a smaller stocking. And then when I add the cuff on, the cuff will really be more like this. To me, that's a really cute stocking to give, and you can stuff it with a bunch of little things. So you decide how you want to do it. That's what's cool about this template and all of our templates, because it has the no-slip material on it. You can decide how you want to adapt it. I want to show you what I want to do. I'm going to grab this one. This was the large stocking, and what I did right beforehand was I traced. First, I fused on a fusible here, interfacing. I traced out with a pen. You can use a chalk pencil if you want, that Martelli sells, but you can take a pen, and I traced out this, and then I traced out the coordinating ones, these guys here. And then with our scissors, our embroidery scissors, this is one of the If You Win. These are great scissors that you can choose. I'm basically going to cut around. These you can cut out with the rotary cutter, Martelli's rotary cutter, but these not so much. So you're just going to sit and cut, cut, cut. When you cut these out, this kind of fusible that's here, I'm going to score it like that, and I'm going to peel this off. And this is a fusible, and then I can place these right in position. Whoops, do it a little bit more carefully. When you're not on camera, you don't do these kinds of things. If y'all are old like me, you might remember Carol Duvall. Carol Duvall, anytime she ever tried to do anything like this, she always failed. So I guess I'm Carol Duvall today. Okay, here is for a regular dog or a regular cat. This is for my cat. Cole, if y'all have seen any of my videos before, Cole has big paws. She's black, and she has 5 pads or whatever these things are called on each of her paws. So she's our 20-toed cat. So you can fuse that on, then you can go to the sewing machine before you sew all this together and do a nice little satin or zigzag stitch, or you can just fuse it on. You don't have to finish it off. It's kind of up to you how fancy you want to be. How many years do you want this stocking to last? This was Martelli's large stocking. I'm going to flip this over so you can see what I did with this stocking a couple years ago, because I love this kind of stuff. Coffee bag. This is a coffee bag. I made this. This was the lining, and I folded it down. You can position the lining, which then creates the cuff, in whatever position you want it to be. You can add a cuff on there if you want. I have a set of directions that if you want them, I'll try to get them on my website. There's 2 pieces that I think are really important. There's a magic stocking direction that I really like. It's really cool, and I'm going to film a separate video on that. And then I have questions to ask yourself before you make a stocking, because there's a bunch of stuff that you need to think about. Do I want a lining? Do I want to not want a lining? Do I want it to go to the right? Do I want it to go to the left? Am I using a decorative fabric that is a one directional? Do I want to add a cuff? Do I not want to add a cuff? Am I going to have the cuff be the lining? All that kind of stuff. So there's some really good information that we have there, and again, I'm going to try to get that on my website soon. So Martelli made a big stocking. Then Martelli made, just recently, Lisa and I showed these. This is our fish stocking for cats, definitely for cats, and then we have the paw stocking, or the dog bone stocking. So these are really cute. This is an idea that I found years ago that I thought, oh, I'm gonna knock this off someday. This right here, this guy, this, we're just putting that on side of here. So remember, let's think about going this away, where this pocket is actually going to go this way. Do you see how this is the top and this is the bottom? Print your picture that you have inside, print it out first so you can figure out how big this is. Where does this vinyl come from? It can come from the store, but it can also come from your bathroom, your hallway, your closets, whatever, linen closets. All of your sheets, your blankets, those kinds of things, they come in this stuff. You don't need them. So take those, cut them up, and you can do pictures for these. And if you're making stockings for all of your dogs and cat family, then embroider the name up here or use your Cricut or Silhouette or whatever, and then have pictures where you can leave it blank so they can stick the picture in. So Martelli sells the fish and the dog bone template. And again, you can do those kinds of things. If you decide you know, if you're the winner and you like that, those are available on Martelli's website, but I'll also put them on my website too. There's the fish. I don't have the dog bone stocking here. All right, so that big stocking that I showed you, I really like it, but it's big. I'm looking for my fabric. It's real, oh there. It's really big, and sometimes you don't want to do a really big stocking, especially if you're gonna stuff it full. So I've got some cute fabric here. When I place this on, I can't really see where it's positioned. So what I'm gonna do is open up my fabric, and I don't have that much fabric here with the green. Maybe I'm gonna do one side is the red, one side is the green, or maybe I'm just gonna do the red, or maybe I'm going to cut and piece and kind of do a crazy quilt. But this is a Fussy cut frame, and I don't know if you can see right there, I see my white. If it's that little bit, that's gonna be in the seam allowance, so no big deal. But if it's this much, do you see how when I turn that, I can see the kitty cats are more directional there, but look at all that fabric that I don't have enough of. Even when I go down here, I still have way too much. So this is a Fussy cut frame. What I like about this is that I can position this, then I'll take a picture with my camera. When I look at my camera, I'll be able to take that picture and kind of see it a little bit better so that I'm not saying, oh my gosh, all my kitties are crooked and I don't like the look. If that's how you like it, this doesn't have the no slip, this does. I'm gonna hold this down and this goes right inside. And when you lift up, I'm gonna hold that down, when I lift up the fabric, that'll let me remove the Fussy cut, and then I can cut this out. So if you don't have a lot of fabric or you want something to be perfectly centered or perfectly placed, that's where this really helps out. So I did the medium stocking, that's a Winter Designs template, and I have the Fussy cut frame. They come as a set. So if you're thinking, hey, I might want to buy a stocking if I don't win, this one comes with that Fussy, with the medium template. So I did a small one too. Why did I do a small one? Because my family does gifts that are money or checks or visits, you know, let's all go to the zoo or let's all go somewhere. So it's like a gift card kind of thing. So I may just want to do a kitty or a dog or whatever it is. If you want that, do you see how I'm positioning this exactly where it is that I want? This is the small stocking. And then when I have this correct, then I can cut that right out and I'm not wasting all that excess fabric. So this little guy is great for gift cards, it's great for your cell phone, it's great for your reading glasses, and it's also great for silverware. If you're doing not Christmas, but maybe you're gonna do a real Christmas in July and have everybody together, the people that you have been hanging around with, that you're already safe to spend time with, you can do these out of blue jeans. If you do these out of blue jeans, then do wrong sides together, stitch around, snip, snip, snip. Again, those scissors that I had a minute ago, they're really great for you to snip around. Throw it in the washer and dryer a bunch of times, rag quilts, rag stockings, and then stuff your silverware in there. So this little guy is available too. I love these. And in the third week, so July 29th, I think it's going to be, we're going to have Beth show you a project where she did a bunch of these, and it's adorable. So that's a fun one to do. All right, so what do I have this for? This is to go on the bottom. If I had the cat stocking, not as a stocking, but I had it as a cat water bowl, food bowl, Lisa and I've shown you that a couple times on Martelli's Facebook. This I would put on the bottom. Why? Because this doesn't go anywhere. When I have fabric on top, let me grab this. Do you see how this doesn't go anywhere? This, it's all over the place. So the no slip material you can buy all by itself. There's a couple of different ways that you can get that, and that can go underneath. I want to talk doggy beds, kitty beds, those kinds of things. This is where I've cut the fabric on the back side 5 inches wider than this piece, and we just fold it around. I'll do a video on this if you haven't seen how this is done. I have written directions on this too, but it gives you a nice mitered corner. This I stuffed with some high loft batting, several pieces, and then I just stitched around. So that guy is done. This is a little kitty mat. I showed this the other day on Martelli's Facebook, so I don't want to spend a lot of time, but inside of here, you can do cereal, the bags, you can do the popcorn bags, you can do diaper, you know, the containers those diaper wipes come in, all kinds of stuff that make it crinkle. But cats love playing with those things most of the time. This I bought, and this I bought thinking I would knock these off. My cats could care less. But if you have cats that do like it, look at that shape. Martelli's rulers, the no slip strip ruler, the 1/2 inch ruler, the skinny minis, any of those would be perfect to cut one of these out and then add the crinkle inside. The crinkle too, they do sell that crinkle wrapping paper that's kind of cellophane-ish, and that's what's inside of here too. Both of these have dangles. Again, my cats could care less, but you may have a cat that loves it. I love the tumbler shape, and again, I showed these the other day, so, oh no, I didn't show these the other day, I showed them this morning. So I've got a dog, I've got a cat, and I've got a dog. The dog one, of course, is bigger for your dogs. The kitty one is smaller. And then this is for their food, their water bowl. I like to embroider with my embroidery machine a little thing about this big on a plain fabric. I had one of those masks that I showed earlier that it was just a plain old fabric. Embroider on that, right sides together, make a little piece like that, and then you stitch right here. Then it has the dog's name on it, so, or the cat's name, but for their water bowl, their food bowl. We showed you a bunch of water bowl, food bowl things on Martelli's the other day. This is the tumbler shape, and that one that I threw down there is a tumbler shape too. This shows me the lava lamp. This is the hourglass. You can decide how it is you want it to look. Lava lamp, lava lamp, but you see how that doesn't go all the way? This lava lamp, half of a lava lamp. Or you can do, you notice the diagonal that's here. So you decide how you want to do that. But what I love about this is you're piecing this to this, this to this, piecing a row. Sewing a row to a row, sewing a row to a row. Simple strip piecing. If you're not a quilter, these guys here are super fast, super easy. Why? The tumbler shape, it's small, so you can do whatever size you want. This one's a little bit smaller. These are all the same size, I think, but I have bigger sizes too. But when you go to cut, all of them are exactly the same. So every time you piece this row, it's going to match up to this. You don't have to square that off and oops, it's a little funky. So these are a lot of fun to do too. I want you to think about whether you're going to be washing them or not. Do we need to add a zipper or not? So Shirley and Beth are two of my friends that I've met through Martelli that have been helping me come up with ideas, and they've been sewing. Shirley, I gave her these templates a couple weeks ago. They're for a later project that we'll be doing that's for sewing, little thread catcher kind of thing. Maybe you've seen those, but she made this out of this. Isn't this adorable? So we've got fabric, 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 fabric. So basically a triangle piece to a triangle piece to a triangle. If you look, you're sewing 3 triangles to each other, and then you're sewing these triangles over to these triangles. I'll have to ask Shirley to share what she put inside, because this is really kind of nice and lofty. It almost feels like those bubble things that you use in packaging, but it's not. So those can be done with this, and it's just a little bit different shape, and I think it would be really fun for your kitty cats too. So that's a fun one. I showed the other day how to do a hammock. So if you have not gotten cats or kitties and dogs, you know, and you don't want to sew for other people, other family and friends that have kitties, but you want to sew for a charity, now is a really great time to do cat hammocks. This one is designed to go in a cat cage. So we've got grommets, and we've got these little carabiner clips. This one actually was a used one. I made one that was bigger, and I cut it in half the other day, and I added these. The one that I made originally was way big because I had kind of a bench that I wanted my kitties underneath while I sat on the bench and read. So this had straps that went around the leg, straps that went around the leg, and it's basically double, so it goes underneath. So if you have a chair that you sit in a lot that has 4 legs, you can have those straps go around, and it's a little cat hammock. I love using blue jeans. That means old clothes that you don't need to donate because you're going to donate to yourself. So that's a really fun one to do. I wanted to show you round offs, and this is a baby project. The idea is when you're rounding off corners, if you're doing, this is for babies, but if you wanted to do a simple dog mat with just your front fabric and your back fabric and then some kind of filler, instead of using a bowl, a plate, a dish, we fold over and we fold over, and we're going to use the round offs. These are the round offs, and there's 12 radiuses. This is different than this, different than this, different than this. Do I like this one? Do I like this one? Do I like this? When you find the one that you like, you'll have it under your nose instead of way out there. And when I cut with the rotary cutter, this would be lined up to the edge. I can see now it's not. When I cut, that's going to round off the left and the right, the top, the bottom, exactly the same. If you're working with Minky, Minky is slippery on the back, so when you turn it, they may not turn as well. So do your wrong sides out, and then just do the left top and bottom, then the right top and bottom at the same time. So I have videos that'll show you how to do that. Why did I show you those? Because it's a cool thing to do, but also because that is a template that if you're a winner, that you can choose from. I love that template. That's the first template that I came out with. I have, I think, one more project that I want to show, and then I'm going to wrap up. I'm looking around to see what else I have. Okay, so way back when I did the round off, somebody said, oh, you can do microwave bowl cozies out of that. Well, I'd been doing microwave bowl cozies out of squares. I just cut a square of fabric, and then I would fold them in half and do the darts, and then fold them in half and do the darts. The problem was they didn't always look the same. They didn't always look so good. I didn't care because so what? I'm just using it to put my whatever in the microwave and take it out and then eating it. So why am I showing you this for dogs? My sister came up with the idea. I made a bunch for her, and she said, my dogs really love them. And I thought, seriously? I made them for you, and you're using them for your dogs? But she brought up a really good point. She fosters dogs, the Schnauzer Rescue Love Group. If you're into dogs, that's a good one to join. You'll see my sister on there. But she uses this, and you can see it's got the curved corners. I'll talk about that in just a second, for her dog that's blind. Because her dog that's blind is trying to find his bowl, and he's hitting. If this is the bowl and he's hitting the bowl, not a nice treat. But here, at least when he hits it, he's hitting the fabric. Now I actually would make this a little bit larger. I couldn't find the bowl I wanted for this one, so I actually would have either a smaller bowl or make it a little bit larger so it does this. But also because dogs are sloppy, dogs are messy. They're going to be drooling, they're going to be slobbering everywhere. So this allows the slobber, the drool, everything to go around here. Then this goes in the washer and dryer. So what makes this different than the others? The holes that are there. So I told you that I had ladies that said, oh, you should make them with the round offs. And I even say in the videos, use the round offs to do that. Then I came out with this template. I didn't want to do the template. I didn't think it was any big deal. And now this is my most popular template there is. I have my batting, I have my fabric. Go watch my videos and I'll tell you what kind of batting, what kind of fabric. I have holes. And when I do my marks here, I'm not going to do many, but when I do my marks, they're going to give me dots. And you can see here, those guys, and my pen probably isn't writing. Have a pen that writes, by the way, and have a pen that goes deep enough. See how you can see that? Those click pens don't work. So when you use this, the template, those darts that are there, they're the same, they're the same, they're the same. Look how dirty this is. My floor is filthy here, so that right there, if it bothered me, it doesn't. But if it bothers you, packing tape. Packing tape will take off that dirt, no big deal. See that right there? That's just the reality of the no-slip material because these holes were drilled after these were drilled. No big deal. I could have this all scratched up, which my kitties did a couple years ago, scratched it to pieces, and it still would work because that no-slip. Okay, so darts, 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 darts. So my darts, when I fold in half, instead of worrying about this one not matching this one not matching that, my darts, because they were laser drilled, created on a CAD program, laser drilled, and then marked, they're going to be perfect. Every single one will be exactly the same. These guys here are the stitch line, so when I join this to this, they match up. When I join this to this, they match up. The darts here are the same. So they're all consistent. In my videos, I'll also show you how to not just do bowls, but to do plates. So I had somebody this morning that posted, I didn't know you had all the other sizes. This is just part of what I have. 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. I'm going to show you projects with the 6.5 and the 7.5 a little bit later on in some of the later Christmases in July. But those are my 4 small ones. I make a 10-inch, I make a 10.5 inch, I have a 12.5 inch, I have a 15-inch, and Beth is going to be doing a couple projects showing you the 15-inch. That'll be a whole lot of fun. I think you'll like that a lot. But I also came out with a square. Why? A square is a square. It's faster, it's easier. Here I'm cutting a curve. It gives you a little bit of a dressier look, but if you're making a ton of these that you're giving away, especially if you want to give them to the Humane Society or somebody else, this whips up, it cuts up a whole lot faster. Okay, so I think I've covered pretty much everything I wanted to show you. I've got a little cat toy over here that I didn't get to show, but you get the idea. I'm looking at the clock. It's a whole lot past where I wanted to go. This stuff, what I love about these dog beds is you can get this. These are styrofoam pellets. This can come out, it can go in the washer and dryer. Add a zipper or not. If you add a zipper, polar fleece, because there's no having to do where I have to make that zipper perfect. Because polar fleece, nobody will ever know if it was perfect or not, which is a whole lot of fun. Okay, so I want to remind you again of what this video is about. This is my Christmas in July, my winter designs first Christmas in July. This is my my critters. I'm going to film a video on kiddos a little bit later on this afternoon or maybe tomorrow morning. Sorry, it's running much later today than I thought. But I will be doing a giveaway. So today is the 14th, the 13th. So what is it?
16th.
16th? Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway, this was supposed to happen yesterday. So next Wednesday, which is the 22nd, I will be, during my Facebook Live, during my Facebook Live, I will be pulling one name. And then in my YouTube video, probably maybe we'll do a YouTube. I don't know. We'll have to see next week. I have no idea. Every day is a little bit different. But definitely my Facebook Live, and you guys can post. I don't do Facebook, so make sure you do a YouTube if you want me to do that. That's why I'm doing this, because not everybody does Facebook. But I'm also giving you a couple extra chances too. So what I'm going to be doing next Wednesday, the 22nd, is drawing one name and announcing that one person. I'll announce that person during my Facebook Live, 10 a.m. Central Time. Here in Pensacola, Florida, we're Central Time. So make sure if you do Facebook, go watch that video and then add a comment below, because next Wednesday I'll be doing another giveaway. The following Wednesday I'll be doing another giveaway. Next week's theme, this was critters and kiddos. Next week is from the kitchen to the table. And the last week is wrap it up. So enter my giveaway by adding a comment here. When I do get the kiddos video posted, add a comment there. Like the post, that means give it a thumbs up, share the video. Like the video, share the video. That helps me continue to do these kinds of things, because this is a Winter Designs little old me. There's not a big team behind me. Tina behind the camera is my only one employee. Thank you, Lord, that I have Tina. So I don't have a bunch of people. The only way I can afford to do that is if you guys spread the word and tell people about these things. This stuff, the no slip material, I am showing templates. The templates are for sale. They are on sale on my website, and remember the coupon code that you can use. So you can enter my giveaway on Facebook. The video that I did this morning, the Facebook Live, you'd add a comment there. You'll see the post on it. But if you don't do Facebook, then you can go to my YouTube right here and look for this video when I get it posted and add a comment, give it the thumbs up, and then share. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I talk fast, I talk a lot. I've got lots of information for you to share. If it's too fast for you on YouTube, you can slow me down. And you can also add text on your screen. That's a really cool trick. If you're not sure how to do it, just go Google it. Somebody will have a YouTube video on how to do those two things. So trying to cram in a whole lot. There's a couple things I didn't get to share with you of the tools and the other stuff. Oh, the giveaway. I'm giving away a rotary cutter, 45mm right-handed or left-handed, or the 28mm right-handed or left-handed, the 60mm right-handed or left-handed. You got a couple other options of things that if you're the winner of this giveaway. So the giveaway, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I'll post all the information down below So if you've watched me this far, do the next thing. Go read where it says more. Go read down below and you'll see the rules. I'll just make sure that everything is good. I'll have a link to my Facebook and I'll give you all the different things that you can win. Okay, now, thank you again for watching. I hope everybody out there is safe. I hope this gets you a little bit in the spirit of making some things for your dogs and kitties, or your family and friends' dogs and kitties, or for those dogs and kitties that just really need some attention, especially now in the heat, and then later on at Christmas time when maybe somebody has given somebody a dog or cat that really shouldn't have a dog or cat. So this is a good time for you to think about other kitties and other doggies too. WinnerDesigns.com is my website. I'm Linda Winner. Thanks for watching.